Careful for the decay setting when the rods start. Within any movements, they've got a shelf life, and most movements aren't really destroyed by the state or police or opposing forces. They're usually destroyed from within. Usually destroyed by a bad culture forming. That culture proliferating with bacteria because nobody's checking it. Because it's disguised. It's disguised as a smile. It's disguised as a 3.5 second cuddle. It's disguised as, we'll not talk about that just now because it's going to upset the perceived politeness of what we're trying to do here, or this kind of stuff. That's how most movements die. That's the reason I'm talking this. And most people, there's toxic positivity, and something really bad can happen in front of somebody, and 4 out of 5 people think, oh, it's amazing, it's great, it's so wonderful, it's fantastic. Instead of just saying, no, I don't think that was too good. And this toxic positivity becomes toxic. It doesn't become toxic, it is toxic. It's like we need to improve all the time. We need to stop the rot before it sets in. It's something that's a continual thing. Like, you don't not clean your house for months and then wonder why it's smelling. You know what I mean? There's always going to be pressures in these things. People are people. People are going to do what people do. And they're the most unintelligent animal ever. You know what I mean? You don't see a flock of robins like making mistakes, do you? Do you know what I mean? It's like the only animal you really see making mistakes is the dog, and the dog's only learned the mistakes off humans, has imparted his bad ideas on it. One of my friends said to me one time, he says, the type of leaders we've got in this country, you'd be better making a goldfish Prime Minister and just asking it yes or no and seeing if it swam left to right, and you'd probably have 70% better decisions. Which I agree with. Many hands make light work, but too many cooks spoil the broth. Democracy is overrated to an extent because it's weaponised. It's mob rule. I'm not talking about political governance, I'm talking about human interaction within our movements, within the cause. Movement and cause are different things. Movement, people just think that's protest. To me, it's a bit more than that, and then the cause is everything. So some of the people that are involved, or were involved, or whatever, I'm talking about over the last 5 years, going into 6 years now, come the 19th of March. Some of them are going in different directions. So someone could have one idea, and then that idea gets completely watered down and diluted because someone thinks they should do X, Y or Z. But that's someone suggesting X, Y or Z in a very forceful way with all his mates back him up. It doesn't really make sense. Oftentimes he's just suggesting X, Y and Z because someone else made a suggestion. Now this is very common, do you know what I mean? You get this in the workplace, you get this in school, you get this in your street, your neighbourhood, whatever. You get it everywhere. But if we're actually serious about getting results, we can't let this proliferate. I can't say that. Proliferate. My L's and F's and I's are getting mixed up today. But we can't. Because it's just nonsense. It's very noticeable to those that are in the middle of it. then you've got ones that have got blinkers on, and you get out with a really good idea and they go, why don't we ask the Teletubbies? I think the Teletubbies are the correct people to ask on this matter. No, we go and ask them. It's a form of manipulation, you know. It is nonsense. I mean, look at the state of the country. The whole reason is because democracy does not work, because it's easily corrupted by outside forces, because of how weak it is, because it tries to be too inclusive. So why would we copy the same systems in our protest movements? Because that's a system that we fundamentally disagree with. Point case being, if we're going to do some action, there has to be a thought process behind it. It has to make sense. It has to have a mission statement. What is the goal? And ideally, it can't be an isolated event. It has to coincide with campaigning. It has to coincide with politics, or not. So if you want to do that or not, they do have to coincide with something more than just a street gathering. And I'm not belittling it at all. I think it's very powerful if it's used in the correct way. Look at the Hong Kong protesters. In my opinion, they're the best in the world. They are amazing. Look at how unified they are. I mean, they've got a system. Everybody's a leader. There's no leaders, but that's because they're so efficient in what they're doing. Now, people in this country say, there's no leaders. If there's no leaders, everybody has to be a leader. If everybody's not being a leader, we're rudderless. We're just rudderless. It's a wee bit like the crab. No, it's exactly like the crab mentality. You see someone rising who may be effective with his particular field, and instead of chiming in and helping that guy or woman, they want to second guess him with different opinions. So they ask Bart Simpson what he thinks instead of just helping the guy. Do you know what I mean? Then you get that, I mean, someone hits out with a great idea. The person with no ideas suddenly is flooded with ideas. Usually not too great. But the ideas will become louder and bigger and stronger than the great ideas already proposed. It's absolutely very skillful to watch them. I mean, they've mastered this, really mastered it. It's so impressive. If they could just use these skills to help, they could use these skills to actually do something rather than looking like they're doing something. We wouldn't be in this mess at all. Sometimes with that professional, you start to wonder. Groupthink is poison. It has to go. There can be no more groupthink. But this groupthink has to be attacked, destroyed, reduced and eradicated, because it's hopeless. Groupthink is the whole thing we're trying to fight. This is the issue. This is what I'm talking about, how it's a rot, how it's a bacteria, because we're trying to fight this the system that we're trying to fight. There's small pockets of our movement that are starting to mirror the very thing we're trying to fight.